when you're looking at brands that, right? Like your Cellucors and you're looking at your Ghosts, and you don't have to worry about getting 15 grams of protein spiked with taurine in a label claim that has 25 grams of protein. I know this for a fact. Like you, I talk to dozens of companies, if not more, a day. This is the best the industry's ever been. Speaking of NutraBio, look at that guy. Like his testing procedures, his just straight up anal retentiveness on quality. And you're seeing that across the board. Would you say, Ben, that the industry's in a better or a worse place than it was in 1990?
I have done a progressively smaller amount of bitching about the quality in the industry as the last 5 to 10 years have gone on. Like, I got my job at NutraBio because Glazier walked into my vitamin shop, asked me, what's the worst product on this shelf? Like, legitimately, I had no clue who Marc was. He was just a guy walking into my store, and he asked me, what was the worst product in the store? And I took him to a product that had really bad, like, it was a proprietary blend, protein, and no one really knew at the time, but like you could tell how bad it was by just looking at proprietary blends. Now, like your average consumer can look at a proprietary blend and tell you why it's bad. And I think that's the main difference. Over the last 5 years, consumers have gotten so educated that bad product can't exist on the market. It will get called out. I say that I bitch less. It's still important to bring up the poor quality things that we see, but for the vast majority of stores that you go into, I mean, you would know this back in your Salvation days. You walk into a store, at least half of it was bullshit. There was a lot of bad stuff. There were a lot of like, pills paid the bills back then, and it was a lot of weird, bad formulas. Nowadays, pretty much everything is evidence-based on shelf. Like there's so much out there.
It's great. So there was this one protein in North Carolina specifically, and a small distributor who was going up against Europa was carrying it. And it was a 5-pound whey in a 2-pound container. So it was in the 1 gallon jug. And I was like, you can't fit it. And I knew just feeling how heavy it was. I'm like, this is maltodextrin, or this is a dense carbohydrate, because whey protein is fluffy. It takes up space, whereas carbohydrate are really dense. And people were, and it was like literally, if at that time whey was cheap, like let's say it was $34.99 for the whey I was selling, they were selling it like for like $15. I'm like, dude, like you can look up what whey costs. That's not whey. We're like, no, it's good. And everybody's drinking it. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm losing my mind. And sure enough, a few years later, somebody finally tested it and got them off the market. And it was brilliant to say the least. But you saw that all the time. I think it was myself. I was the first one to really go in on it. I don't know if I was the first one, but amino spiking kind of put this channel on the map, because I literally was I was honestly offended as a consumer, because people think, well, I'm literally a bodybuilder. I take all this shit. And some of those products were brands that I was friends with, which they didn't want to be friends with me after that, who would send me product and I would drink it. And so I was mad that I was drinking fake shit, or I was just mega dosing taurine when I wanted to meet my protein goals. And you don't see that anymore because the consumer is smarter. You have spot testing. Even Amazon has a testing program through Eurofins. Man, and if you get made at a legit facility like a Simpson Labs or an Agile Nutra, or any of those guys, they're going to make sure that they don't want to get shut down either. They're following the rules. They have NSF. They're qualified for NSF Sport and BSCG. So even if they won't let you do that. So it comes down to trusting the companies you buy from.
I remember when I was at NutraBio, you were mostly doing MTS at the time. Like,
yeah,